You're listening to Parasearch Radio. News, views and reviews from the world of the paranormal from across the UK and beyond. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and the World Wide Web. The views and opinions expressed by presenters and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Parasearch Radio or their affiliates and sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Good evening and welcome to your Tuesday night's edition of Haunted Connections. I'm Neil and my co-host is Jane as normal. Hi Jane.
Hi everybody.
How are you tonight?
Quite good actually. I've been doing a few hours but I'm feeling good. I always like it when I come up here and do the show. It sort of perks you up a bit.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Even them stairs. Stairs even wear me out even now. Okay, tonight our guest is Ness Watts. Hi Ness.
Hi.
Hi Ness.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, we're all good. Yeah, not bad. So you've been having a good day today?
Yeah, long.
Long?
Yeah, I was at work all day.
Oh no, that's no good.
I know.
That's no good whatsoever. Of course, if you want to join in with the show, you can, to the listeners, you can always make comments in the chat. Hopefully the chat will come up on my phone in a bit. So any questions for Ness or Jane and myself, please contact us and we'll see what we can do. So Ness, let's find out a bit about you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, what do you want to know?
How long have you been investigating and what got you into that sort of thing?
I've been investigating just over, come up to 3 years, I think it is now. Always been into it ever since I was young. My mum used to tell me stories as I was a child, and I always used to be interested. And it's like my grandma's house. There's a story behind her house about a haunting.
Right.
And it always got me going. Even to this day, I still keep asking my grandparents if I can investigate it, and they keep saying no.
Really?
Yeah.
So was that sort of scary for you?
No, I loved it. But they just won't let me go in there and investigate.
Very frustrating.
Yeah.
So what sort of place are you investigating now? Is it all sorts of different areas?
Yeah, anywhere that I can get my equipment out, I'm on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, what's your favourite sort of locations?
I have a couple that I absolutely love. One being your centre.
Right.
And another one being Cogner Castle Cottages near Derby.
Right.
And also the village in Mansfield.
Oh yes. Yeah.
They're my three main ones so far.
I must admit, I've never been to the other two.
Yeah, I did like the village in Mansfield. I did see a full-bodied apparition there.
Yeah, so did I.
And it's very interesting, isn't it? Sort of place to, because it's used for paintballing and stuff like that. But there's lots of nooks and crannies and little dark places that sort of hold shadows and things like that. Yeah, so it's a bit eerie to walk around in the dark. Yeah.
So what have you experienced there then, Ness?
Well, the very first ever time I went, I was coming down we were doing a walk around as we came through the main area from Zone 2, which is at the very back. Came through and I saw a full body apparition at the top of the second set of stairs.
Yeah.
And yeah, that got me going because it was the first time I've ever seen a full bodied apparition at that point.
Yeah.
And then ever since I've gone back, it's just got more and more active each time.
Oh, that's good then.
Yeah, we did actually have a bucket jump off a shelf in there.
Did you?
There's one of the buckets that holds sort of all the foam darts.
Right.
And that was on a shelf, and it's quite a big bucket. And we were asking for some, just for a sign that they were there, and this bucket fell off the shelf and all these things scattered on the floor and everybody screamed and ran out.
Oh, cool.
So it was a good experience, but it was scary.
That's cool. So, what's your thoughts on haunted objects? As this show is loosely based on haunted objects, what are your thoughts on that sort of thing?
My thoughts, I find them interesting. Obviously, there's a certain doll that I am absolutely fascinated with.
Yeah, you love our Raggedy Ann doll, don't you?
Yeah.
I must admit, I have to check whenever Ness comes up here. When it's finishing time, I have to go and make sure she's still there.
Yeah, did you check her handbag on the way out?
I don't carry a handbag.
No, in case she looks...
So it's quite safe on that one.
It's in case Net's put on a couple of pounds. Of this Raggedy Ann doll. Why are you drawn to that one especially? Is it?
I really don't know. It's ever since I saw her at the Supernatural Fair. I really don't know. There's just something about it that I just love it.
Yeah, I remember the Supernatural Fair. You just couldn't leave it, could you?
No.
Because it's the first time my wife had met you, and she says, "What's that woman keep looking around holding the doll for?" Okay, we're getting some comments. Tammy says, "I love your name, Ness."
Oh, thank you. It's my shortened version.
What's it short for?
Vanessa.
I like Vanessa. I like the name Vanessa.
I don't, because it means I'm in trouble.
Oh.
Is that when your mum says, Vanessa?
Yeah, and then I go and hide in a corner.
And you think, oh, shit, I've done something wrong. So you're obviously drawn to this doll. Is that just a feeling you're getting from it then?
I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest. It's the first time I've really been drawn to a doll or any object. So there's obviously something there that draws me to it.
Yeah.
But I suppose I'm going to have to do some more research with the Raggedy Ann to find out.
Yeah. Because you've got to sit in the Chamber of Fear sometime with it, haven't you?
Oh, yes, I forgot you set that one up.
You didn't do that last time, did you?
No.
So...
sure, on the 15th of November when I come, we can get that one sorted.
Yeah, 15th of November, you're going to come, sit in the Chamber of Fear, just you and your little friend. Well, she's not little, it's a big doll, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jane's brain's ticking along. She's thinking, what? So I'm looking forward to that. So who's going to come with you that night? Because you've a different team now, aren't you?
Well, I'm with the sisters, the Paranormal Sisters now, but I'm bringing a few friends with me and a couple of other investigators that I know.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be like 7 or 8 of us.
Oh, that's a nice number, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think so.
I don't want to bring too many, but I don't want too little amount of people, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Totally with you there.
Yeah, that's a nice number. It's enough where you can split into 2 groups even and be in different rooms. So,
yeah.
Good evening.
So, have any of these other guys been up here before?
I think 2 possibly have.
Yeah.
Or maybe 1. I'm not 100% sure. But I know I've got, 1, 2, 3 newbies that are coming with me.
Mm.
Oh, we like newbies up here. They always have a good experience, don't they?
They tend to. So they don't know quite what to expect yet.
No.
That'd be fun.
And I ain't going to say nothing to them. And I know a couple of them are listening, so.
All right, so we'll keep that to yourselves then. But you are going to do this experiment on your own, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes. Now it's been broadcast
on radio. I can't get out of it, can I?
You can't get out of it now. So what are you intending to live stream that or anything, or are you just going to just film it?
I'll more likely live stream it so people that are on my page can watch.
Yeah.
Just to make sure I do it.
Oh, you will do it. I'm going to make sure you do it.
Yeah, we won't forget this time.
Oh, yeah. Kerry says, Ness has come up so far, and I'm so proud of her.
Oh, thanks, Kerry.
Oh,
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? It's nice to get some nice people on the paranormal, because I think it's been taking a bit of a battering of late.
it has. It's been a bit of a bumpy ride, hasn't it, recently?
For different reasons.
I really don't know what's going on in the field at the moment with what's going on.
Yeah, so have you been sort of interested in the field or in the field many years?
I've always wanted to get into the field ever since I was like a teenager, but I never knew how to get into the field. And it was only when I went on an event and I met Free Spirit researchers that I managed to be introduced into the field. And yeah, that was it then.
Yeah, it's very addictive, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be a bit too addictive sometimes.
It is a bit like a drug.
You get one good experience, and then you just want another and another.
Yeah.
And you just want to be out every weekend then.
Well, I was out every weekend for 16 weekends in a row, and I was just absolutely drained by the end of it.
16 weeks?
Yeah.
Blimey.
I felt so sorry for my little boy. I was like, I will be in one weekend, I promise you.
That's dedication for you. I couldn't do that.
That's life in the fast lane, that is.
But then I'm up here sometimes 6 nights a week.
Yeah.
So, but I'm only 5 minutes from home, so that's the difference. So you travel all around the country then?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So what we've asked you your favourite location. What's your least favourite? So I think it's nice to get a balanced picture.
Yeah.
What's your least favourite?
Oh, this is a hard one. I think outdoor investigations I'm not 100% sure on.
Right.
Because of the amount of noise contamination that's out there. So, I mean, Puckley Woods, I didn't 100% enjoy. We didn't really get no activity, and it was more debunking what was said was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd say Puckley Woods, to be honest, at the minute.
All right. What's your least favourite, Jane, that you've investigated?
Least favourite?
Least favourite.
I think it's probably got to be 30 East Drive, because I've been there twice, and each time it didn't live up to the hype.
Yeah.
And I know lots of people absolutely love it, and they have a fantastic time there, and they get loads of activity. But I just unfortunately didn't really get anything on those the 2 times I went. So I don't think I'd go again.
I'm with you there, actually.
Yeah.
I've
never been there.
You've never been 30 East Drive?
No, not yet.
No. Is that on your sort of bucket list?
It is, yeah, just to say I've been.
Yeah. Kelly's made a comment. She says, happy belated birthday to Ness for yesterday. And then she says, Kelly, your least favourite was sleeping next to the snorers.
Thank you, Kelly, and happy birthday to you, darling, because it's her birthday today.
Yeah.
Body.
And yeah, I totally agree with her. I hate sleeping next to snorers because I can't sleep.
That is one of the funniest things when we have teams up here and they do a sleepover.
Yeah.
Because I sleep on my own in the tea room, and the rest they tend to sleep in the room, don't they? And the noise, some of the noises, it's so funny. I'm sure some teams have got a competition of being the loudest.
Possibly.
But I love them all. So where are you investigating next, Ness?
I've got an investigation with the Paranormal Charity Warriors on the 6th of this month, so on Friday. at Bromham Mill in Bedford. So we're raising money for limbo dystrophy.
Yeah. Of course that's
got
with
a few of the presenters from the show coming this time as well.
Yeah. So that'd be interesting.
That'd be a good evening.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Yeah, bit of fun. Few giggles.
I can't wait. I love going to Bromham Mill. We go quite a lot as the sisters, and I really don't want to admit this, but I went last time we went, I think it was, I ended up wearing a dress for charity. And yeah, I guarantee Kerry will put hashtag Ness in a dress on the chat room.
I didn't see many photos.
There is photos.
Yeah.
One of the lads put a photo up yesterday of me at Bromham Mill in the dress for my birthday. So when he listens tomorrow on his way to work, thanks, Jay.
Oh, you'll have to share it, Ness, so I can see.
I'll find them and tag you in them.
Send it to me.
Yeah.
Then, because what I want to do up here is get the picture of all the different teams coming up, so that'll have to be in the middle, isn't it? Ness wearing a dress.
Well, it was all over the place while we were raising the money for it, and I must admit, it was amazing how much we raised for me to wear this dress. So
that was sort of like sponsorship for you wearing this dress then?
Yeah, basically we put out a certain amount that we wanted to raise, and we actually went above that, and I had to wear the dress from the start till 2:00 in the morning when the event finished. And every single penny went to the charity that we that we raised money for the PCW.
That's good. Well done for that. Richard's made a comment. He said, you're all right with the Parasearch Radio team, Ness. We all snore, including the girls.
It's all right because it's not a sleepover.
Oh, no. Kerry says that we're all crashing at your house.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Did you not know that one?
No, I didn't know that one.
Well, now you do. Now you've heard live on the radio. They're all crashing down at your house.
Thanks, guys.
I'm just trying to catch up with some of the comments. Caroline says, even when she was cold. Were you cold that night with the dress on?
I was freezing.
That's why you don't wear dresses.
What sort of places did you end up in? Because I know when we sort of do investigations, you never know where you're going to end up. You could be in the attic, in the cellars. I mean, if you were in a dress and you were getting a bit cold, were you somewhere drafty?
Bromham Mill is a water mill.
All right.
And it's all sort of wooden flooring.
Yeah.
And it's obviously all open to the water at one point. And it just, as the night got on, it just got colder and colder and colder.
Did you ever feel like, oh, that's it, my jeans are going to win out?
I had my trackers in my car ready.
Just in case.
No, just ready for when it got to 2:00.
Oh,
because it literally dead on 2:00, I went running straight into the toilets and got changed. I don't think anyone has ever known someone to get changed so quick in their life.
But that was a really good effort if you raised a lot of money for charity.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. You should be proud of yourself.
It's nice when people sort of, actually put themselves out and make a really good effort to raise money to help other people.
Especially when they're doing something that's so far out for them.
Really out your comfort zone.
I imagine you wearing a dress was way outside your comfort zone.
Oh, it was. I absolutely despise wearing dresses. There's only been once or twice that people have ever seen me in a dress, and that was my sister's wedding because I was maid of honour.
Yeah.
And then my little brother's mum's wedding, and that's where the girls actually saw me in my dress for the first time. And I pulled up because I had an investigation the same night as the wedding, and I pulled up in the car park in my dress, and all they saw was me running across the car park straight in the toilet to get in my trackers. And they were like, "Oh my God, it's Ness in a dress." And I was like, "No." But I actually swore. I can't say it on radio. But yeah, I told them where to go.
Nick's got a question for you. He says, Ness, if you could investigate one place where you haven't been, where would it be?
Oh, depends on if it's in England or not, because there's quite a few places out of England that I would love to go.
Let's do both. One, your place in the UK you want to go, and the place abroad that you really want to go.
In England, it would have to be an asylum, any asylum.
Yeah.
And
is that because you're slightly mad as well, anyway?
Yeah. And then out of the UK, it would have to be in America at, I'd have to say, the Zach Baggins Museum.
Oh, you fancy that then?
Yeah.
Is that because it's Zach's or just because of the reputation of all the items?
A bit of both.
Yeah, I'd like to go and see. I'd like to go to Zach's museum.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting because that's a lot of objects and items, isn't it?
Yeah, because I think it'd be interesting to see them all behind glass.
Well, I was just wondering whether, because you've got sort of like a bit of a connection with asylums, whether that's why you're quite attracted to our Raggedy Ann doll, because that did come from an asylum.
Oh, of course it did, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did.
Didn't even think about that. And you told me before as well.
I did. I remember telling you about that. Makes sense, actually. Well,
Yeah.
That could be why you're attracted to it.
Possibly.
Yeah. Or perhaps it's because it's red hair.
I don't think it's because it's got red hair.
Oh, what's wrong with redheads?
Nothing.
Oh. Okay, then.
I think it's more to do with the asylum part.
I think it is. I think it is. And what we could do when you sit in the chamber of fear with it, just you and it, and just you and the doll, and we will put the picture of the boy, the drawing of the boy that we think might be attached to it.
Okay.
That'd be good. Okay. Let me try and catch up. Paul says, so now they made you do an investigation in a dress and made poor Jay in a morph suit. Who's doing the next investigation in a bikini?
Oh.
I think, Paul. I think that could be you, Paul.
Yeah, I think you should do it, Paul.
Yeah.
Would you need a mankini for that?
Yeah. I think we should start the voting, and we'll get Paul Rook in the mankini.
Yeah, I think that would be very entertaining.
Sorry, Paul. Kelly says, what's your favourite piece of equipment, Ness?
Oh, I would have to say myself. I've been letting myself open up a lot more and feeling and sensing a lot more. So, yeah, myself.
Yeah. We always say the best piece of equipment is yourself, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, all the other stuff can just back up, really, what you're sensing and feeling, but it can't... there's nothing like, when the hairs stand up on the back of your neck, or you actually, feel something with yourself that, is not... there's no explanation for it.
Yeah.
I'm laughing to myself. I'm reading all the comments about Paul in the mankini.
Oh, God.
We're not the first ones to say it, actually.
I'll have to have a look after.
Yeah, some funny comments. I would definitely come to that one, I think.
Yes, I think that would be well worth attending.
Yeah.
I'll speak to Jo and see what if she fancies it.
That'd be a laugh. So something else that we try to sort of, there's a lot of people trying to get this para-unity sort of thing going. What do you think to para-unity?
That's a hard one, especially with the way things are at the moment. I mean, it's brilliant when teams all pull together.
Yeah.
But when things go wrong and teams are bickering and things like that, it's just like being in a school playground.
Yeah.
There isn't any need for it. We're all out to do the same thing, and that's find answers of, like, if there is life after death or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's just a hard one, really. I'm more like, I try and stay out of everything when it comes to that at the moment, and I just want to do what I'm doing that I love.
Yeah. Do you think you've made a lot of friends since you've been doing it though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I think Power Unity starts small, but then you make, especially with us up here, because I've made so many new friends since we've been open with the teams coming in, that the unity grows, and then it's like an infection, isn't it? And if we start in one location, if we, like we're trying to start, it spreads out. Like we're friends with you, Ness. We're friends with all the teams that come here, and then we can be friends with their friends as well. So it can grow.
Yeah, and it is amazing. I mean, from 2 years ago to now, the amount of friends I have in the field is absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's like yesterday when I got in from work, and the amount of comments I had on my Facebook, and it was mainly people from the field.
Yeah.
And it is just absolutely amazing.
So I don't think there'll ever be 100% unity, because you've got too many with egos.
I think if people want it, if your team's a friendly team and you want to share and you want to engage with other teams, it will, won't it? But if you're if you're not that way and thinking, then you're never gonna sort of bond and sort of share stuff with people.
Exactly.
No. I just think there are some teams and people out there, they're only in it for themselves anyway, so they will never ever be in unity.
No.
But then,
I mean, there are absolutely amazing people out there that do exactly what we do, and you can see the love for the field, and it is amazing to see people like that still.
Yeah. Okay, I'll read some more comments. So Kay says, there is Power Unity, you just make friends with who you feel at home with, which is what we've been saying.
Yep.
Kerry says, exactly, Kerry, Power Unity is finding your own tribe within the field.
Yeah.
Right. Paul says there is pockets of friendly circles, but as a whole, Power Unity doesn't work. I agree with you, Paul. There'll never, ever be complete unity in the paranormal.
No.
Unless you can stamp out all the egos. And look how many followers I've got and all that garbage.
Yeah, well, it's a bit like world peace, isn't it? You'll never have complete world peace because there'll always be somebody that wants to, sort of
ruin it.
Charge, or ruin it, just basically through greed or selfishness or ego or whatever it is.
What would be easier to achieve then? Power Unity in the paranormal field or world peace?
Power Unity.
Power Unity.
Yeah. I would say Power Unity.
Yeah, I do. Kerry says world peace. I actually think, I think if someone sort of makes the start, which we are planning on doing next February or March, we're planning to do a big weekend event to try and get as many teams together as possible. And let's start from there. Kelly says, I don't understand this question, Kelly. What's Ness's thoughts on duck-sized horses?
Ducks? What? You what?
Duck-sized horses.
I ain't got a Scooby.
I think Kelly's been on the old...
the old gin.
Oh, the old amber nectar there. I don't understand. Yeah, Kelly. Nick's saying, what about What's about horse-sized ducks? Does that mean anything to you now, then?
No.
No. Weird.
So, on the lines of sort of finding evidence of life after death, what's the best bit of sort of evidence that you've ever captured?
When I was at Cogner Cottage farmhouses, I caught a fantastic bit of evidence. I'm still to this day trying to work out what it was that I have on my video camera. And what it is I'm in the corner filming, and the guys that I was with were doing the human pendulum.
Yeah.
And you get this black figure or black shadow just walking in front of the camera and blocking out the whole entire image of the camera. And Kelly should remember this because it is on Free Spirit Researchers' page, going back when we did go.
Yeah.
And it just kept walking past and just blurring the whole entire lot and blacking it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I still can't debunk it to this day.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's good when you get that sort of one piece of evidence that just blows you away and that you just cannot explain. You know, we always, people when they come up here, we have lots of guests. We have lots of visitors on a Saturday, and we always say, you know, the 95% of stuff can be explained, or there's some sort of scientific reason for it happening. But it's that 5% of stuff that just cannot be explained is the bit that we're interested in.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I got some good evidence from the Antiques Centre myself. I think it was the first time I ever came when at Neil, where I was setting up in the seance room.
Yeah.
And I sorted out my SB11, put it on the table, turned it on to make sure it was working and everything. And I got 2 names out of it. And I went straight to Neil after I was finally allowed out of the room. And Neil confirmed that was 2 different people that I was talking to that I didn't have a clue about when I first walked in there. I didn't know any names or nothing, and I got 2 names spot on.
Yeah, because that's what we do. We don't tell the teams anything at all. So I'm just here in the evening to confirm or say I've never heard of that one. Some funny comments coming on. I think I've lost something here. Kelly says she's on the gin.
Yeah, I thought so.
Paul Rook says, would Ness investigate a talking mongoose?
Oh my God, what?
And Kelly says, or a burning talking brush.
Oh, I don't even know how to answer these.
No, you don't have to. I don't make sense to me. Obviously, they know something about you. Shall we get to the series?
No, I don't even know.
Kelly, I think this is a sensible question now. Kelly says, Ness, what's your thoughts on orbs?
99.9% of them can be explained, and it's that 0.1% that is unexplainable.
Yeah.
I find orbs very, very hard to believe in. A lot of it is dust or skin particles.
Yeah.
When people put up pictures of orbs, I will zoom in and I will try and have a look and see what I feel from the photo. But I always have that thought in my mind is it dust? Is it like anything else it could be?
Yeah.
And I think that's just the investigator in me.
So if you saw a picture then and you think, well, that's obviously dust, would you make a comment and would you be nice and polite about it, or would you say, you're talking rubbish, that's dust?
I normally keep my opinions to myself when it comes to photos of orbs, in case it's a new person, because when you first come in the field, because of the TV programmes, a lot of people go for the orbs.
Yeah.
They're absolutely fascinated with orbs.
Yeah.
And I want to give them that enjoyment of what I had when I first come in the field.
Yeah.
it took me a while to learn what orbs really were.
Mm-hmm.
So I tend to just look at what I see and then I scroll away. I don't comment, but if someone really wants me to comment, I will do it in the most politest way I can.
That's the right answer. No, it is, and I've got no qualms about people having their opinions, but there's a way of doing it, isn't there?
Yeah. There's no need to go aggressive on them because they could just be entering the field themselves.
Yeah, it does annoy me when people make out that there's something superior to other people.
Yeah.
Because you, I don't know if you noticed, but I don't share anything on my main page now, which is open. I just share everything on my closed page.
Yeah.
Because I'm sick to death of these trolls. And on my closed page, anyone makes any comments that I don't like, they get taken off straight away. No second chance. And the other day, I took the first person off because he made a stupid comment to a woman's picture that she shared.
That was in the closed group, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I removed him. So I'm not having it. So
there's no need for it.
No, he was just downright rude to her. I'm thinking, well, sorry, but I just class everyone on that closed page as my friend until they upset me.
Yeah. And I think it really does show your character when you're judgmental and you're nasty and you're aggressive, particularly to people new in the field.
Yeah.
There's just no need for it. And I think when you show that side of yourself, people don't really want to work with you or sort of be involved with you anyway. So you're not doing yourself any favours.
So, yeah, I agree with that. You know, when people, when the general public come up here on a Saturday and they take a photo and see faces, they're really excited, or catch an orb, they're really excited by it. And you don't want to say, no, that you're talking rubbish.
No. And some of the children...
Exactly. You want to let them have that enjoyment.
Yeah. Yeah, we have that quite often, don't we?
Yeah.
People are so excited.
And particularly young children as well, when they've come up and they think they've captured something, their enthusiasm and their sort of willingness to show you and to learn is great, because I think if you've got nobody on your back to start with, then you're always going to flourish and want to do well and engage with people in the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But like Ness says, they've probably been watching the TV programmes. No, the UK one was always about orbs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Richard's made a comment. Looking forward to meeting you, Ness, on Friday. Don't forget the cake.
It's not me bringing the cake. Caroline's making the cake for me.
Lovely.
It'll be twice as nice then if it's homemade.
Kelly says, hell no. Best to leave people to their own beliefs, which is what we've just been saying.
Yeah.
Paul says, if someone asks for my opinion, I give my opinion. However, if they talk about their dead friend that died of something terminal and could this be them, I'm tactful and say, if they believe that's their friend, then take comfort in that. You have to be honest and tactful at times. It's all down to respect.
Yeah, I think so.
And that's basically what we said as well, is it's the way we say it. We've got to be respectful with how we say things to people.
And I think the paranormal, to be honest, I've not been in the field that many years, so I'm quite a newbie. But to me, since I've started to now, a lot of respect is gone in the few short years.
Yeah.
Kelly says, what did you think about the TV show Paranormal Captured?
I actually really enjoyed it. And it was really good to see people I know on there.
Yeah.
And it was also very educational, because where they changed it from like each of the paranormal investigators' point of views to the actual investigation.
Yeah.
It was just really educational and interesting. And it just kept you wanting to watch it.
It was
season 2 to come out.
I don't know if are they making a season 2? I've not
Hope
heard.
so.
Not heard anything yet.
No.
It was different. It was slightly different to the norm.
Yeah, and I think that's what got me interested, is because it wasn't just what we've always watched when we watched the programmes. It was completely different.
Yeah, I agree. Because all the others are based here, team of investigators going to a suspected haunted location, investigating.
Yeah,
But
I think it's quite nice to have something a bit different, rather than people sort of screaming and running out of rooms and.
Right. My only, I'm nitpicking here. My only thing I didn't like about it went to experiences abroad as well. I think they should have kept it just the UK.
Yes, I agree on that. It would have been better if it had just been UK.
Plus, I think they spent too much time on 30 East Drive, which I don't like anyway. Okay, Nick says, being polite and respectful is the best way to answer. Yes, I think that's... we'll all agree on that one.
Yeah.
Caroline says, always cakes on PCW nights, special one for Ness.
Oh.
Paul says, I'll have to appear on more PCW events.
What, for the cake?
I think that's because of the cake. I'm sure Paul likes cake.
Yeah. I think if you've got tea and cake, even if you get absolutely no activity whatsoever, it's always a good night if you've got tea and cake and a good laugh with your friends.
I think
honest.
The chat is turning into the cake show.
Oh.
Caroline says, yes, I'm the cake maker for PCW and Paranormal Sisters. Kerry says, cake. Did someone say cake? Chocolate or lemon drizzle? Both very both. Oh, it's the cake show now.
Well, we did have this once before in one of our chats, didn't we, where somebody said how interested it would be to have a paranormal bake-off.
They did, didn't they?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, just get different teams and groups and things like that, and then them just doing like making a cake together or something like that. And
I put Caroline forward because she is brilliant at making cakes.
Perhaps we could have a table at the end for one of the spirits to pop in and make a cake.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay then. Nick says it should replace Great British Bake Off. Paul said it's all about the cake.
Yeah, can't beat it.
So shall we get back to the paranormal?
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on investigating cemeteries and places like that?
With cemeteries, as long as we're respectful, I don't see a problem. There's a certain cemetery I will not go into. I've heard that it is quite haunted, but I will not go there to find out myself due to the fact I've got family members there and it is way too close to home in my heart. So when it comes to things like that, I won't go for it. But as long as people are respectful, I don't see the problem in cemeteries being investigated.
Because I asked that because we did an investigation at a cemetery.
Yeah.
It was a special cemetery to me personally.
Yeah.
I didn't know how special it was until we did it.
Yeah.
But that was probably the best night investigation I've ever had.
Yeah.
There's a cemetery not too far from me that's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, well, there's this cemetery. If you go back on our live feeds, because you're a member, aren't you, Ness? If you go back on the members' live feeds, find the one when me and Jane did the cemetery, and it was really emotional.
Yeah.
I'll have a watch.
But we did end up in the graveyard as well. There is a difference between a graveyard and a cemetery.
Yes, there is.
Because the graveyard is land that's directly attached to the church, and the cemetery is...
Okay, Kelly has now got a serious question. Okay. What's your favourite cake?
Kelly, that's not a serious question, but it's meringue.
Meringue, lemon meringue.
No, cream
Oh,
and meringue.
I like lemon meringue.
I do like it, but I prefer normal meringue with cream on top.
Alright. I think Joanne says, oh, we've done that about the dress. Joanne says what was like investigating a dress, but we've done all that, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've taken the mick out of you enough about that, I think.
Yeah, Joe, you'll have to listen back, babes.
Still all about cake. Now not about Christmas.
Oh, what?
Yeah, we're not ready for Christmas yet. Let's go.
Blimey.
So you got anything special planned for Halloween, Ness?
Well, I'm going to Sage Paracon. And
What?
I've also got Witch School, and they're both really close to Halloween. It's literally Witch School one weekend and then Sage the following weekend.
Yeah.
Um,
Day are you going to Sage?
Pardon?
What day are you going to Sage Paracon?
Saturday until the Monday.
Oh, I can only afford the Saturday. we're going.
See you there.
We're going on the Saturday. Because you went last year as well, didn't you?
Yes.
So, would you recommend that to everybody?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So it's
I'm really looking forward to it.
It's our first time.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go back.
Okay, then. Hopefully this is a serious question now from Kelly.
It's probably not.
So if Ness could buy a new piece of equipment, what would it be?
A green light filter at the minute for my phone. So when I do lives, instead of having the torch on, I've got the green light so I can still see. And so the viewers can still watch what I'm doing.
Ah, I've never actually heard one of them. So it's just like a green light, is it?
Yeah, something like that.
I bet it's really expensive as well, isn't it?
I suppose it depends on where you shop.
Oh. That's good. So Sage Paragon. So what are you looking forward to the most about that one then?
The VIP party.
VIP party.
Sounds interesting.
I don't know if I'm going to the
Will
party.
they have cake?
Will they have
no.
cake?
Not
No.
as far as I remember, they don't have no cake.
Oh.
They have
So
people dressed up.
Is the VIP party then at the end of the day?
It's in the evening, and everyone dresses up for the theme of what the party is. So this year it's voodoo.
Well, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I can't go. I've got a team up here in the evening.
Oh,
I always
Yeah.
have teams up here.
yeah, that'd be good. I think that sort of thing would be really good as well for voodoo.
It is a very, very fun night.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting different people.
Yeah,
I don't
so.
quite know what to expect, I
It's,
must admit.
it's always nice to put faces to names, isn't it? And to meet people in person.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously we'll meet lovely people like Ness and
Yeah.
all the other people.
Well, you will meet me there. I'll be
Sorry?
there. I said you will meet me there. I'll be there.
Yeah, tell you what, I'll bring Raggedy Ann with me.
Oh, yeah.
She loves that doll.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. It's weird how you got such an attachment to that doll.
I know.
But like Jane said, it could be because it's come from an asylum.
Possibly.
Now, what would be good for us to go to Scotland and go to the asylum cemetery where he's buried.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all been turned. The original, because we know where the original cemetery was. We did actually, because one of the pieces of the information that sort of came through when we were doing a session was the fact that he was buried in the churchyard behind the asylum, not the churchyard. He was buried in the burial ground at the back of the asylum. So we actually had a look on Google, and the cemetery is at the back of this asylum. And one of the other really interesting things is this asylum is actually being turned into flats.
Oh, no.
It would, I don't think I would like a flat in a place like that. It's going to be...
Having a flat in what used to be an asylum right next to the burial ground.
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun place to live.
That's going to be a bit spooky.
Particularly now they're sort of knocking down walls and making changes.
Oh,
that
God.
always stirs them up a bit as well, doesn't it? So,
That's the best time, isn't it?
Yeah. That'd be cool to go now, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Kelly says, "Oh God, don't take that dog. You'll never get her back." I must admit, it is quite funny when you cook. Well, it's not funny, but it's interesting. It makes me laugh anyway. But I'm a bit sad. As soon as you walk
in there, I go and get her.
As soon as you walk in, it's "Hi Neil" and off, and you come back in holding this raggedy handle.
Some people do form real sort of bonds, don't they, with some of the items up here?
I just find that interesting.
We have quite a few.
I'll be honest, I am tempted to come up one Saturday just so I can come and see the doll. And you, of course.
Oh, I'm glad you added that bit.
So we do have quite a few regulars, don't we, coming in on a Saturday, and they will actually go and get the item that they like.
Yeah.
And come and sit and have a cup of tea with while they're holding the item, because they're sort of quite sort of passionate over it.
I'd like to bring my little boy to have a look, because obviously I've always said that the Antiques is one of my top 5 locations. So it'd be nice to bring my little boy so he can see it.
Yeah,
Gosh, I'm thinking of one Saturday where I can get up there. I'll come up and, introduce him to the Antiques.
It'd be good. He'll like it.
Yeah, we do have quite a lot of children coming up, don't they?
There's a lot of children
with parents and even, some of them even sit in the seance room with their parents, don't they? And they spend quite a bit of time in there, and I think that's really good.
Yeah.
Well, I can show him, while I'm there, I can explain to him what we do and stuff. So it'll be nice for him to see that side. As he's getting older, he's getting more and more into it.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to see when you've got children coming up asking lots of questions that the parents are actually, constructively answering the questions and trying to show them what it's all about, rather than just saying, well, that's a load of rubbish, we don't believe in that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've always told him from the start what I do. I don't hide nothing. When I come home from an investigation, the first thing he says is, did anything happen? And I'll be honest with him.
Yeah, best way. But I did get some criticism when I first said I allow children up here, People were saying I'm wrong to allow children up.
Some people said we should only limit it to over 18s.
I just think...
I'm glad that you have got it open for even children, because if parents want their children to learn about things, there's a lot in there that they can learn from. Yeah,
well, I just think the teenagers especially, they do watch these Hollywood films, don't they?
Yeah.
If you say your children aren't allowed, they will watch films like The Conjuring and Ouija.
Yeah.
And of course, that gets their interest up, and they will go and experiment. Whether it's down the park or something, they'll go and experiment. Surely it's best to come to a place like this. I'm not just saying this is the only one, but I don't know if the places allow kids in anyway. But surely it's best to come to places like this and learn the proper way of doing things.
Yeah, and even debunking things, because we've got a young lad called Evan that comes up and helps us, and we call him our demon fodder as well, because sometimes if we think there's something really quite nasty, we'll send him in first. But
if I don't dare go in one of the rooms, my son will not go in there.
Yeah.
But he came up and he was sort of talking about this game called Charlie Charlie, which all the kids were playing at school. And apparently you're supposed to be able to summon even evil spirits by sort of crossing these pencils on the floor and that sort of thing. So we actually did a session up here while he was here doing this. He sort of showed us what was sort of going on in the schools. And he said the amount of kids that, even if the pencil slightly moved, if it was off balance or it just fell, then kids were sort of running out screaming, sort of doing all sorts of things because they thought, the evil spirits were there.
They got this demon, haven't they?
Yeah, and it was crazy. He said it was absolutely crazy going through the school, that all the kids were sort of going off to the toilets to try and play this Charlie game. But it's just things like that just escalate into all the wrong stuff.
But
well, it's like with that Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Where you say her name in the mirror 3 times.
Yeah.
My little boy's come home from school and absolutely floods of tears because kids have told him that if he does it, then she'll come and get him. And they're like, but I don't want to do it.
Yeah. But you see, because we tried it, we did the experiment with Evan up here, with Charlie. We were able, and Evan learned, look, the slightest breeze is going to move the pencil. It isn't a form of communication, really.
No.
So Evan could go and tell the kids at school, look, that's rubbish.
Yeah.
So Evan's a bit of a fixture of the centre.
Oh,
now,
yeah, he does. He makes a great cup of tea as well.
He's a good lad.
When they're good at making tea and coffee.
We've been open a year and a half. Evan's been coming up just over a year.
Yeah, right from day one he came in, didn't he?
Yeah, and he's only made me 1 cup of tea.
Oh.
It makes everybody else forgets about me. and the thing is, I drink green tea, so all you have to do is put the water in, put the tea bag in, take the tea bag out. It ain't hard, is it?
Maybe he doesn't like the smell of it.
No, I think it's a bit of a joke thing at the minute. Okay, probably the last comment because we've got 4 minutes. Jan says, Neil, I keep thinking I'm listening to Frank Skinner.
Do you sound like Frank Skinner, or do I?
Frank Skinner's a brummie, isn't he?
He's not ginger either.
He's not ginger. No, I'm good. So where are you especially looking forward to doing that's coming up soon then, Ness? Because
I can't wait till, obviously, Friday, but then I'm also really getting excited about the 28th with the Paranormal Sisters. We are going to a school in Hitchin, I think it is.
Right.
So I really can't wait for that. I just can't wait for any investigation I do, especially when I'm with my sisters. It's just a fab night.
That's good.
Yeah.
So is it all deadly serious when you go out, or is it serious when it needs to be and a bit of a laugh as well?
We do have a laugh. We work with the public, so you've got to have a laugh when you're with the public, but we do go serious as well. You've always got to be serious when you're investigating, because if you're joking around too much, then you're going to miss something, or you're going to get classed as fake, or, there's got to be that serious side of the paranormal, no matter what you're doing. Yeah,
definitely. Joan says, take it as a compliment.
Yeah.
I will take that as a compliment then, Joan, about me sounding like Frank Skinner. I'm going to YouTube Frank Skinner now so I can remember what it sounds like. I think he sounds very professional. Very articulate.
That's a big word, isn't it?
It is for a Tuesday night. Blimey, well, I don't know where I've plucked that one from. Jan says, we have a scream, but proper serious when needs to be.
Yeah.
Caroline says she can't come to Hitchin.
Why?
Because she's in Germany.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not good enough.
Oh, so Nick said, oh, no cake. Anyway, we got to end it because otherwise Kerry will be telling me off.
Yep.
So I want to thank everyone for listening and all the comments. I am feeling hungry now after all these comments about cake. I might go and have a cake when I get home.
Yeah, a cup of tea and a slice of cake.
Slice of cake. So thanks, Ness, for being the guest tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Ness.
It's been great chatting to you.
Thank you for having me on.
I'm really looking forward to your time in the Chamber of Fear, locked in, blindfolded.
No, not blindfolded. I need to be able to see the Annabelle doll.
Yeah, no. I'm going to put the big mirror in with you.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah. So thanks for being a guest. Thanks everyone for commenting and listening. Thanks Jane for co-hosting as always.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's always fun.
We're going to say goodnight. Next week, my guest is MJ Dixon.
Oh, lovely.
So I'm looking forward to that one. So we'll no doubt be talking about Sage Paracon again next week. So thanks everyone, and we'll say good night.
Yeah, good night everyone.
Good night.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to join us for more shows throughout the week. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and the World Wide Web to keep up to date with all the shows right here on Parasearch Radio.